you found this gold mine, you'd be filthy rich, but that's if you can survive the Superstition Mountains.
For over 120 years, the legend of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine has been told over and over and over, so much that the original story is all but lost. But there are some constants in each telling. A man named Jacob Waltz, using raw gold as his primary currency in Phoenix, Arizona, and a message in a bottle that leads toward the lost gold mine. The gold mine that's still out there, abandoned, waiting, hoping that a brave treasure hunter will go out and discover it once more.
I'm going to give my insight to this treasure trove of a gold mine, and hopefully with what I know and what you know, this gold mine can stop being the cause for so many lost lives in the Superstition Mountains. If you've come looking for adventure, then you've come to the right spot. I talk about history, folklore, and that little gray area in between. And today this treasure sits deep inside of that area, between fact and fiction. This story has been told again and again, so much and so often that we no longer have the original story. However, what we do have is an opportunity. I've spent several hours going through telling after retelling of the story, and at the end, I'll be giving you what I believe to be the most accurate version of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine. So first we need to understand the three constants of the stories: Jacob Waltz, the raw gold purchases, and the letter. But I feel I should warn you. There is a curse. Throughout the years, people have mysteriously died, vanished, and even been murdered in these mountains. Some believe it's greed and a lack of experience of outdoor survival, but others say it's the curse of the thunder gods. The Apache had once called this land home, and according to them, these mountains are the home of the thunder gods. If you step foot in their land without their permission, they will make you pay in one way or another. The deaths that have happened here are not a myth, a legend, or a hoax. People have died here. If you go looking for this gold mine, you do so at your own risk.
Before entering this land, I'd suggest talking to an Apache elder and see what you can do to pay homage to any lingering spirits that may not want you here, or keep steadfast to your faith, whether it be in God or gear. With all of these lost souls, it makes you wonder if there really is something to the Superstition Mountains. And even more curious, how did Jacob Waltz survive? Let me know what you think went wrong in the comments. Were these people victims of the curse of the thunder gods, or was it just bad luck and inexperience? There's several variations to who Waltz was, but we can be sure of a few things. Jacob Waltz had found a rich mine with gold, and would make trips in and out of Phoenix. He was a German immigrant that had mining experience and owned his own ranch, a ranch that would be flooded and destroyed in 1891. He was supposedly saved by two brothers from an immediate death and taken to a woman known as Julia Thomas. Julia did her best to nurse him back to health and keep death away, but unfortunately, he wouldn't make it. He was rumored to have given hints and clues to Julia and the two brothers that saved him, but he never revealed the actual location of the gold mine. Some stories say he took a young Apache girl as a mistress, and she told him the secret of the mine, and others say he just stumbled upon it. Regardless of his love life and how he found the gold mine, he most likely did encounter this place, and did in fact recover vast amounts of gold. It is how he bought his ranch after all, with raw gold.
Jacob was known to buy things with raw gold. He didn't work and get paid like an ordinary man. He used raw, unprocessed gold. What the gold's condition was in is still a mystery. Some say he used pure gold ore, while others say he used gold nuggets.
The crazy part of all these stories is that the Lost Dutchman's gold mine has been discovered several times. While people have been out in search of the legendary gold mine, several of them have struck gold. Not nearly to the extent that Jacob Waltz did, but enough to let the press know and have them print the story over and over and over. They all found some gold, but none of them found a gold mine as fruitful as Jacob Waltz. But that's good. That's actually really good news, because it means there's a very good possibility that an abundant gold mine is still out there, waiting for someone to find what Jacob Waltz found. And guess what? Someone did, but sadly he fell prey to the curse as well. The only reason we know he found it is because he sent a note that claims he did, but not the usual way.
And before we get to what I say is the most accurate version of the story, let's talk about one of the few concrete clues to the Lost Dutchman's gold mine.
Adolf Ruth was an amateur prospector. He and his son had gone looking for gold, but they never found any. They spent the majority of their time in California, hoping to strike it rich, but never did. One day, his son approached him with a map he had acquired that supposedly led to the Lost Dutchman's gold mine. And despite having a lifelong limp due to an old injury, he decided to go out and look for this place, alone. His son and his family begged and pleaded with the 60-something-year-old, but he wouldn't listen. He went out and searched, and according to his letter, he found the mine. But he had broken his leg and couldn't bring anything with him. So he decided to write a message and send it in a bottle down the river in the hopes that someone would find it and come to save him. But Adolf Ruth would never be rescued. His message was found in 1932 by campers, and he had already passed away. His letter said, "I'm sitting under a tree in a creek with leg broke. I've got to have help, quick. Finder of this note, please give to Howard Peterson. P.S. Have found the Lost Dutchman. Ruth." The area around his body was extensively searched, but the mine was never found. And while I don't like calling a dead man a liar, I can't help but wonder, if he found the mine, why didn't he even have an ounce of gold on him? What do you think? Was Ruth using the legend of the mine to assure the finder of his message would speed their way to him? Or did he honestly find the Lost Dutchman's gold mine? Tell me what you think in the comments.
Before I give you my version of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone. It really means the world to me that you guys are watching and hopefully enjoying these videos. And if you'd like to help out the channel, it's super easy. Just subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out whenever I put out a new video. And also please like the video so that way it can help spread these legends to more and more people. Or if you'd like to have something for your own adventures, I have a link to my exact hat. It's not just for looks, it's also practical. Quick story, I had went out practicing recording one day and I decided to leave my hat at home because it was hot out. And because I wasn't wearing it, my hat was covered in spider webs. Not fun. I have an affiliate link down below, and full disclosure, I do get a little bit in return when you purchase using my link. They come in brown and black.
In the mid-1800s, Jacob Waltz made his way to America. He got a job prospecting within several different mines. Having been involved in the mining business, he befriended one of the Peralta heirs, a family that had extensively mined much of Arizona. With his connections and knowledge of mining, he discovered a previously unknown gold mine that was richer than any before. He quietly mined out as much gold as he could carry on his own, and knowing he could never fully empty the mine, he hid the entrance. He intended to be the only one to ever recover gold from this secret location. He would later come close to death after catching pneumonia from surviving a flood. Two brothers had saved his life and brought him to Julia Thomas. Jacob Waltz had sent the brothers back to recover 2 large sacks of gold that were underneath his bed, and they recovered them and brought them back. For all of their kindness, he knew he had to repay them with more than just gold. He gave them clues and hints to the mine's location, but it's likely greed got the best of him, and the true location of the mine would remain a mystery. However, if this mine is in fact real, then the Peralta family most likely was close to where it is. Jacob Waltz must have used his pre-existing knowledge of the already established mines to make an educated assumption of where other gold deposits could be. He likely never gave concrete information, so whatever he told the brothers and Julia Thomas was probably too vague to mean much or just a flat-out lie. If you want to go looking for this gold mine, my best advice is use technology, maps, and be mindful of the curse that continues to claim life after life in the Superstition Mountains.